I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and have them host mute everyone. So I'm Tiffany Davis. I'm one of Katie's daughters. So I knew Bob affectionately as Grandpa Bob. And I am thrilled to be able to host this virtually from Atlanta, Georgia area. So,
Mom, you're muted.
okay, now I'm unmuted. Thank you, everybody who told me I was muted. Oh boy. Well, Anne Catherine told me that this would be something that we're all somewhat new to, so she told me not to sweat it too much and go with the flow. And I'm sure that's what Grandpa Bob would tell me too. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and mute everyone else so that I can start this reception and we can have a chance for everybody to share a bit. And I will do a brief tutorial of how, if you want to share a memory, a 1 or 2 minute memory about Bob, you'll be able to have the floor, so to speak. So I went ahead and made
rid of that, I guess.
example. I'm going to change my screen. So this is classroom style. I thought that was fitting. How to raise your virtual hand in this format. So somewhere on your screen, it might look a little different to you because you might be looking on a tablet, smartphone, but somewhere you will have what says reactions. And if you click on that, you'll be able to raise your virtual hand. And what that will do is that'll put you in a lineup to speak. And when it's your turn, I'll mention your name, and then you will see on your screen this. It'll say the host would like you to unmute. Go ahead and unmute yourself, and then you will have the floor. So without further ado, I am going to close my screen so that we can see if there's anyone who'd like to share Bob memories with us. You can practice raising your hand. Well, I would love to say that Katie and Stephanie, what a amazing tribute to your dad. It was just wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, Tiffany. Appreciate your compliments. It was really beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. I do not see any hands up quite yet, but I see a physical hand. Grace Koopman, was that a hand? Okay, I think we'll give Grace a chance to have the floor. Do you see her, Ev?
Yep, she's unmuted.
Okay, go ahead, Grace.
A beautiful service for a beautiful person.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish I had known him better. I was a minister's wife in Lakewood when he lived in that area and attended our church. And I am so delighted to hear all the comments about him, to get to know him better. It makes me wish I had known him much better when he was alive. But we will see each other again in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
God bless the family very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Now, are you in the same location with my mom? We'll unmute you here. Oh dear, I've thrown her off by asking her a second question. Grace, can you hear me? You were on mute. I'm so sorry to make you repeat all that, but I asked you a follow-up question and threw you off. I was asking if you are in the same location with my mom.
Yes, I I live at Emerald Heights.
Hmm.
I've lived here for 28 years, so I know everyone here, and she's kind of a newbie,
Yeah.
and I've especially enjoyed getting to know her. And I look forward to enjoying her friendship in the years ahead. Even though I'm 101, I don't know how many years that will be, but I will enjoy all the time I get to spend with her. I thought the service was beautiful, just beautiful. And I've been to thousands of services. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Grace. Is there anyone else who would like to? I guess at this point you could raise your physical hand too, because I think everyone is visible on one screen for me. Okay, I see a physical hand. Michelle Finette, did I say that correctly?
Hi, Tiffany. It's Finney, but no worries at all. Hi, everyone. So I knew Bob in the context of Seattle University, and I see several of the faculty from electrical and computer engineering are here. And just to second what was said by Grace, that the service was so beautiful and touching, and just to see the how Bob's life was so rich and full. I mean, what a gift to you as his, you know, kids and grandkids, just to have had your dad had that kind of wonderful life. You know, the faculty in the department know Bob much better than I, but I got to know him over the last few years, and his smile, his spark, the wide-ranging conversations about excellence in education, about his love for his students. It just always shined through, his love for his family and skiing. I was always blown away at his age and how active he was. And I thought, well, I'm 55 and I'm not doing that. So he's certainly, and through the sharing, Katie, of the Mary Oliver quote, I think that left, at least I feel like it left me with a gift at the end of those wonderful remarks. So I just want to give my condolences to you, his family and friends, and know that he certainly touched me in the time that I knew him.
Thank you, Michelle. Stu McElwain, you did not raise your hand, but I apologize for calling you out, but I just wanted to say how much I enjoyed your memories that you shared of your lifetime full of Bob memories. Is there
Jason,
anything you'd like to add?
was wonderful service.
It's a wonderful, great memorial service. I've never seen anything like this one.
Thank
It's
you so
beautiful.
much. It was beautiful. We really loved Bob. We really enjoyed his friendship. Say who you are. I'm Kathleen McElwain.
Okay.
See.
There
And
she
I'm
is.
Nick. Yes, and that was a beautiful service. Oh my gosh, it brought us all to tears.
Yep.
We're so happy
We're so happy.
to have known Bob. And thank you. He gave me walking sticks as well as my dad, and that made such a huge difference.
Yeah.
My dad's recovering from hip surgery, and I have just a little touch of cerebral palsy, so I enjoy using them on a weekly basis. I love the walking sticks, and my dad's using them as well. So it was very generous. He came to our family in a time of need.
And he did teach me how to make oatmeal much better with that olive oil.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Bye-bye.
I'm still muted. Jeez, I fall for it every time. But thank you so much for reminding me about the oatmeal. Oh, Susan Cole, otherwise known to me as Aunt Susie. Let's see what you have to share. I would love to hear from you. Ev, can you unmute Aunt Susie? There you go.
There we go. I'm rarely muted, as people in my family know. It was a wonderful service. I'm sorry we're so far away. We will be there for the interment this summer. So we're looking forward to that and seeing all of you, all our family members, or all the hunters certainly that are going to be there. We saw Bob. They came to Minnesota from time to time, and we loved seeing them both, and the family reunions, and we'll miss him at the next one. So it's good to see all your faces, all my nephews and my children, and good to see you guys. And I think Larry has something to say.
Well, I just, it looks like walking sticks were the Bob's default gift, because I too had hip surgery a year and a half ago. And I heard from Bob, and by gosh, he sent me some walking sticks together with 2 pages of instructions as to how to use them. And so I got out there, and it was a great aid to me in getting my hip better. But I appreciated his generosity of spirit. That he was really a heck of a guy, and I really enjoyed knowing him. And rest in peace, Bob. I know he's in a good place now.
And is Katie making an appearance?
She might still be a little weepy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I would be too. I know exactly how that goes.
Yeah, thank you for that, Susie and Larry. Teresa, I am so sorry that I didn't notice that you have both your virtual and your physical hand up. Please, I would love to hear from you.
I met Bob at Seattle University when I came to work in the electrical and computer engineering department in 2011. And I think by then he was already an emeritus faculty, but he just continued to be a very present part of our community. And I so enjoyed chatting with him every time he would stop in. And I was the recipient of one of the fabulous folders at one time. So I feel very blessed. He had his sweet little office that was by the anechoic chamber. You kind of went around the chamber and to the back, and there was a window and just enough space to put a little desk, and he'd be there doing his work, or he'd be in the sort of shop area working with students. And I just so appreciated watching his example of how you live your life to the fullest, clear through your life, right? He didn't retire and sit on the couch by any means. He was out there, and he was skiing, and he was teaching classes, and he used to always say, well, Katie is kind of saying I should stop, but I love teaching, and he would just keep teaching. So he really was a wonderful man. And we also enjoyed sharing ideas about music. So I enjoy singing too. So I just was so impressed and so inspired by his life. And he certainly will be missed.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Teresa. Yes, he is missed a great deal. Is there anyone else who has a memory of Bob that they would like to share with everyone? Dean Peterson, did I say that correctly?
You did. And thank you so much for inviting me to the beautiful ceremony today. It truly was moving. I very much enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I also teach at SU. I came after Bob, but I'm a Illinois boy, a Midwest Westerner, and a canoeer in my youth, but now a kayaker. So it was always great to talk to Bob. That twinkle in the eye comment before, that was so great. A truly gentle man. Always looked out for me. Thought the new Illinois kid had to be helped along, and so he was always looking out for me. Always welcoming so much, and really modeled just how I should be as a teacher. Of course, my great colleague John Bean here as well, looking after me. So truly a terrible bit of news to hear. So thank you so much for allowing me to participate.
Thank you, Dean. And John Bean, you have your hand up too.
Yes, I would like to share what Dina said about Bob being just a wonderful person. Uh, I've known him almost from the first days I got at Seattle University. I came in the English department and was instructed to kind of start a writing across the curriculum program and start a writing center. And the person I think that was most supportive, that contributed most to the success in those early days was Bob, because he got the writing center hooked up with the senior design projects. And all our consultants were able to work with engineering teams. It's a completely different kind of way of trying to work with students, because ordinarily it'd be students coming in from freshman English, working on their essays. And here were these teams of engineers excited about their engineering and not particularly excited about writing their project reports. But that would have fallen apart at any time because it was so difficult making that happen. But Bob was just indefatigable. You couldn't stop him. You couldn't stop his enthusiasm. And that we have another friend, Larry Nichols, that would like to be here today, and I forgot to send him the link, who was the director of the Writing Center. And we just have such fondness for Bob, for his enthusiasm for all aspects of education. The whole student, caring for the whole person, but also writing and communication as part of what he tried to do with engineering. And the senior design projects are still my one of the things I most admire about what Seattle University has done with writing. And we're now trying to get other departments besides engineering doing similar kinds of projects as for seniors. So he's just had a remarkable influence across Seattle University, and it was a real honor to be able to attend today. Thanks.
Thank you for sharing that, John. He did absolutely have an enthusiastic teaching manner. And I don't know if you noticed that brief picture of the messy garage with my son, his grandson, on their knees with wheels. He was teaching Peter how a gyroscope worked. Yeah. Is there anyone else that can share a Bob memory that would like to? Physical hand or digital? I'll take either. Ron Green, Uncle Ron to me.
Just muted me.
No, I did not. And Patty Green.
Well, I would have to say, in all due respect to Coach Cole, Bob is the brightest man that I have ever talked to. Just so interesting and so thorough. I remember at our reunions that we've gone to where we'll sit around the campfire and Bob will lean over and say, look at some of these pictures that I took today of plants and of just trees, and in some cases roots. And then he'll explain that where those roots came from and where they're going. And I mean, he was such a detailed man. It was just a pleasure to have met him.
He always made you think beyond, and that challenging your brain. I mean, it was amazing man.
Yeah. And Katie, it was riveting. I every word that you expressed about your father was just incredible. And I thank you for that.
Yeah.
That was just great.
Thank you, Ron and Patty. I also wanted to say thank you to the justices for reminding me that if you can't tie a knot, tie a lot. I forgot about that. Well done, guys. I loved your show. All the camping gear. And Brian Lindgren, you as well. Thank you for all that you shared in the service.
Thank you. I was honored to be able to speak for that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Oh, Susie Cole, Aunt Susie.
There we go.
There you go.
One thing that I forgot to add that for me is the most important thing is I didn't spend lots and lots and lots of time with Bob, but I loved him because he loved my sister and he made her so happy. And therefore he will always have a special place in my heart.
Thank you, Susie. Yep, so true. I remember when she introduced us to Bob from the church choir. And she was living in Kennebec at the time, so her kitchen was in the back of the house, and he came through the front door, and all of us were in the kitchen peeking around the refrigerator looking at him as he walked down. He was completely unfazed though. He's like, that's okay, that's all right. Yep. If there is anyone else that would like to share, I would love to give you the floor. Raise your hand or virtual hand. And if not, he will be missed. And I see that we have Jim's iPad 6G on the call. If you want to call yourself you can. But I'm thinking that might be my brother and his family and my sister and Caitlin and my sweet mom, who misses him like crazy, and is probably a little too weepy to turn on her camera right now. If all of us could keep her and Bob's close family and friends in our prayers, to give them God's peace that passes understanding, to get through the absence of Bob in their lives. Thank you all so much.
I think Katie wanted to say something.
Oh, Katie.
Hi,
Heeren.
Tiffany. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to raise my hand, but I'm just doing it. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for attending the Zoom reception and being with us through the service. And it was a labor of love, and we put a lot of time into it. And it's such an honor to both grieve and celebrate with everyone. Thank you for your comments about my section at St. Joseph's Church. And wanted to just offer everybody, if you kind of saw, there was a cardinal theme throughout the service. And I have this it's a prayer card printed up. It looks like this, which you saw at the very beginning of the service. And it also has a really nice Native American prayer on the back that Katie, my dad's wife, had picked out. And if you would like to offer your address in the chat here, I have 200 to send out. So you need to receive one. Please put your address in the chat. And I think Tiffany and Evan can figure out how to get your address to me, and I'll put it in the mail in the next couple of weeks for you to hold my dad, Bob Heeren, close as you begin to process his passing. Thank you.
Thank you. I see a few of you putting your addresses in the chat. Stephanie Justice. We would love to hear from you, Steph.
Hi, everybody. I just want to echo what my sister Katie just said. Just thank you for everybody who helped put together this service, especially to Katie and Ira from Blooming Rock. My husband, Jeff, who did some editing for us. Tiffany and Evan for hosting, Nani for all of her input as well. For John and Brian for their contributions, and Stu as well. So I just wanted to really say thank you. I think it's an impressive piece of work we put together, and hopefully it's a exhibit for so many out there that need this work done for their family. So thank you for participating. Really hope we could see Nani and Heather and Jim and Jenny. So we're assuming maybe they're having some technical issues.
I did get a text from my brother to say that they're listening in. I don't know if they're having trouble with the camera, but they're with us. thank you all for putting your addresses in the chat. I see that there. And Evan, my husband, who's on the call, you'll see him in his little square there. Ev, raise your hand. That's my husband, Evan Davis. We will make sure to record your addresses and give them to Katie and Catherine, so you can get the prayer cards. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah, there's Jim.
Hi, Katie. Hi, Jim.
Hey. So we did want to just reach out to everyone and appreciate all the kind words and messages and the poignancy of this memorial to Bob and how much it meant to our entire family. And I don't just mean the immediate family, I mean just everyone that ever knew Bob as part of his family. He was just so genuine, and he gave so many gifts in subtle ways to everyone. And going back and hearing these different messages just reminding us all as we're sitting here and listening, and just kind of touches our heart, and just all the things that we'll be taking with us in the years ahead. And thank you for the beautiful messages, and being able to rewatch all this over and over again will be so meaningful, and participating. So I'll just quickly scan around the room for those that would like to know. The whole family on my side is here, and my mom as well. So.
Hi. Hi, thank you. It was beautiful. We love Grandpa Bob.
Yeah.
I know there's Kiwi and Kiwi. I was gonna say Kiwi too. Kiwi and Kevin.
Love you, Katie.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.